Good morning, everyone. Live from Tech Divine Creative Services, Digital Agency, Mumbai. I wish you all a great Tuesday and a wonderful week. I hope you had an amazing Monday to start a resourceful week ahead. We'll talk quickly about gamification strategies and influencer marketing strategies. As a digital agency, we work with clients across countries: India, US, UK, UAE, Australia, Spain, across 27 different industries. So I thought I'll share some quick, wonderful tips, guides on how you can empower your influencer marketing or your digital strategy campaigns. We are having two videos that are live going on right now. One is on Twitter, and the other one we are recording for uploading on Facebook simultaneously. So I'm looking at two cameras at the same time. So gamification, just to give you a brief idea, is the concept of applying game mechanics or game design techniques, which integrating maybe big data in a way that is relevant to your digital marketing metrics, ROI and goals. Your gamification strategies can be used by also integrating apps, tools, or simple yet innovative processes with your social media marketing campaigns. The idea of using any gamification as a tool, as a process, as a strategy in your digital marketing or social media campaign is to empower brands and engage with users in real time, and to have them get integrated in a way that they have actual real-time conversations with your brand or your end users, whatever you can think of. So what are the steps that you need to keep in mind while you're using a gamification strategy or an influencer marketing campaign? Now, these are two different tools or processes or strategies that you want to work on if you are integrating them as part of your social media or digital marketing campaign. Now, step one would be to a simple idea. For example, you want your customers or end users to actively use your company's app, okay, from their smartphones, or maybe you want to increase the number of hours they're actually using your app from, or increase footfalls at your retail store or restaurant by, let's say, a specific number, 25% or 35% in the next 1 month or 3 months. So first thing you need to do is create some very specific strategies, very specific goals for your digital marketing campaigns. Once you have a clear goal in mind, you can focus on the strategy that needs to be integrated with it, because your goals tells you who are your end audiences or your target audiences, right? And on similar lines, your goals also tells you what are the kind of tools, processes, platforms that you need to keep in mind while targeting your end users. That is the step one. Step two would be to give your end users, an actual incentive to do this. Okay, so when you're talking about gamification, the effect or the impact of getting them to do something has to be very real. In other words, you could use any service tools that help you professionally to integrate gamification as part of your business model, and make them achieve a particular goal that's something that they can celebrate in the real sense of the term. So, for example, if you're into health and fitness, you can probably ask users that every time they complete a 10K run or a 5K run or a 21K run, or finish a particular workout, burn X number of calories, or complete these many steps, 10,000 steps in a day or something like that. You can help them integrate those kind of goals, which will be actual personal achievements for them as individuals. So the first simple 3 rules that I can talk about when you integrate any gamification strategy is give your end users a real opportunity to integrate their personal goals to your platform. So these could be fitness goals, health goals. These could be goals related to their careers. It could be goals related to some skills that they wanted to develop, some content strategies that they wanted to create by upgrading their know-how in that field. It could be something as simple as growing professionally in their field, or exploring a particular place and traveling to X number of locations. A second point is you need to let them have the power to brag by making it worth bragging about. So when I say worth bragging about, what I mean is these needs to be real achievements. So you can't ask somebody, saying that completed reading 10 pages of a book, share it on social media. So that's not something they would want to brag about, because it's not something worth bragging about. So let them actually have a sense of pride and achievement in whatever they have accomplished, so that they feel the need and the urge to share it online. The third one is to ensure that it's an achievement and which is non-offensive and something that people deeply care about. This is something very resourceful, very important. A lot of brands, you can see social media campaigns that have backfired many times when people have tried to integrate certain type of achievements and people have bragged about it online, which has really done a lot of damage to the brand and the individual. So you need to make sure that none of the qualities that you are asking somebody to brag about, the achievements that you're asking somebody to brag about, is not offensive to any individual, irrespective of which caste, creed, community, religion, or group, or ethnicity, or whatever it is, maybe. So let me give you an example. A couple of years ago, we saw a online campaign brand. I would not like to name the brand, but they had actually put up online saying that you can achieve your health fitness goals, and if you have lost maybe X number of kgs or done some X fitness, brag about it while tagging a friend of yours who is not healthy or who is not fit. And this obviously backfired for so many different reasons, body shaming, and for so many, it was bullying right out there, and you're encouraging that kind of an attitude as a brand. So whether it is religious sentiments, political views, or any kind of even personal reasons, make sure it is not offensive in nature. So when gamification is integrated properly as part of a digital marketing campaign, it can help you actually achieve serious goals. It can help you lead to drive higher ROI, drive actual revenue and business results, give your brand a massive competitive advantage with real-time engagement. It increases the brand and customer loyalty, increases brand purchases, product downloads, visits to an in-house store, a physical store. You can actually encourage people by integrating the right gamification strategy to visit a physical store and make the customer feel sincerely valued for their time, money, and efforts. So for industries, let's say for restaurants, you can build gamification dedicated apps. You can say it's difficult to convince users to even use a free app today, right? It's a daunting task on its own. So at some point of time, you need to make sure that you give them a reason to download the app. Maybe you can say that if you download the app and use it as an end user, you get immediate discount voucher of rupees 500 or $10 or whatever is the amount. And at the end of each month, the number of times you've visited the restaurant or made an order or made a purchase, you can have a loyalty point system integrated with it, so that it encourages more users to keep using the particular app again and again. So second is live events, something that we are doing right now. You can actually encourage more and more users to go live with you while you are live, to go and check out their profile. For example, right now when I went live, I just came to the office. I was in Mumbai today, so I thought I'll just go live from Tech Divine office and do this campaign with all of you. A live video, maybe, or record a video on Facebook simultaneously. The right way to actually do it is, if you have planned it well, if you have enough time to know that, okay, this is the time that I'm available, you can actually encourage users to say, by saying that on Tuesday, XYZ time, India time or Europe time or whatever it is, I'll be there live and I'll be exchanging queries with all of you. So that would definitely engage more users to inform them that they can be online if they find it going to be resourceful for them. Live events can be a great way so you can feature users who are live later on. Everybody loves to be recognized, right? So you can feature users with even giving them instant gratification, maybe a merchandise or a free gift or a coupon, or let them ask queries to you on a later on time offline also, or drop an email. Any kind of value add, a real value add that end users who have taken their time out will find useful. Third one would be obviously fitness and mobile health, and so you can integrate geo and mobile marketing with it. So location-based apps, which will help you to determine whether a person was actually physically present in a gym or was part of the live marathon event, and if they were, have they shared photographs. So gamification allows you to do one more thing. So let's say you can have leaderboard system. So a user who is checking in at a particular location by doing a certain activity gets a certain amount of points. But if the same user is simultaneously sharing a live picture or a video, then they get more and more number of points. Simultaneously, they are tagging more friends with it, they can get further more number of points. Now, at the end of all of this, a gamification strategy has to ensure that it is not only helping users to share more content, but the more they do something frequently and the more efforts they put in, they get rewarded accordingly. Yeah, so that's the right way to encourage somebody to use your app or engage with you as a brand more. Similarly, for in-store shopping or even online shopping, so you can say that every time you use our app and download our app and buy from us online, this is the benefit that you as an end user get. You get additional 10% discount, you get freebies, you get maybe quick delivery of your products within 1 day for no additional cost. If it's a restaurant, you can actually say if you book online, you get one free drink with it, or whatever is the system or guideline or process that your company can allow, would be an added incentive for these users to go online, use the app and engage with the brand. You can, so gift wrapping or free shipping, discount codes, additional vouchers, all of these can be simple value adds which will help your brand grow engaging with audiences in real time using gamification. Quick terms I can share with you as far as gamification goes. So badges, these are basically virtual awards or virtual recognition. So you can see that I have achieved the super runner badge, which helps people tell that, okay, this guy is constantly running at marathon events, or has crossed a certain number of miles or kilometers. A fitness badge, or a travel blogger badge, or a wanderlust badge for somebody who loves traveling and has completed X number of miles traveling using a particular app. Then players are basically the people who are engaging with the brand. These could be prospects or end customers or influencers themselves. Then we have leaderboards. So leaderboards is what actually creates the impact for you as a gamification engine. So what happens here is the more people start using your brand and sharing live updates, the leaderboard system keeps showing their names and photographs on top of each other. So the more number of times somebody uses a particular brand, the more frequently they get featured on that particular profile. And it's live in real time, right? So it encourages more users to keep using the app again and again. Feedback mechanics. So feedback mechanics are the core reason why these gamification techniques actually work. So for example, hey, XYZ user, you're on top of 1% of the leaderboard, keep going. Or you just earned the genius badge right now, you're amazing. Or you have not been active in the last 5 days, do you want to see what others are doing? These could be some important ways in which you could get users back or give them feedback on how they're doing. And finally, of course, points. So these points could be anything. It could be health points or experience points or loyalty points or vouchers and whatever it is. At the end of the day, for any gamification campaign or strategy campaign, you need to understand that it's about social recognition. Yeah. So when integrated properly with your campaigns, it helps you to be successful as a brand. It helps you to be successful as an individual or a digital marketer who is using these apps the right way to add value to end users and at the same time create brand engagement in real time and maybe even an actual sale, purchase, inquiry, and so on and so forth. So this is gamification. Now quickly, few ideas I would like to share about influencer marketing. So influencer marketing is where you have social media influencers writing about your brand or engaging about your brand or having real-time conversations about your brand. And this could also be done using platforms like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or blogging is a powerful way. So blog influencers, what they can do is they can actually write about the product, service, experience. Now here, quick things from a digital marketer's perspective and from a brand's perspective. So let's look at it from a brand's perspective. You need to ensure that you're not trying to get something done for free or cheap, because that's the biggest grave mistake that you can do as a brand if you're trying to get something done for free in terms of influencer marketing campaigns, because these are people who are actually talking about your brand at the end of the day, right? So you need to make sure that the people who are going to be talking or engaging with your brand are people who are real influencers. Yeah, and they can make positive impact, and the kind of language that they use, the corporate communication tone that they have, everything matters because everything is live in real time. So if you compromise on quality, if you compromise on the amount that you're going to spend, remember it's the investment in your brand. It's not just spending money on advertising or digital medium. It's an actual investment that you're making for your brand to ensure that the people talking about your brand are professional influencers. Second thing, as a brand, you need to make sure that there are a lot of brands who actually just hire social media influencers and tell them that, go ahead and just write about us. I would never suggest you to do that. I would rather make sure that these influencers have tried or used or experienced your product or service or website or whatever it is, the content, they've consumed the content of your brand at some point of time or the other, and they really know what they're talking about. Because in online, what happens is you can't pretend, but it shows. Yeah, so people know if you're pretending to be somebody else. And what happens is if too many people are simultaneously talking about a particular brand which doesn't feel in sync with the tone of the brand or the style of the brand, then immediately comes into light that these are all hired or paid social influencers. Then there is no much difference that you can talk about it rather than being a paid medium of advertising. Rather, as a brand, the right influencer marketing campaign is the one that allows users to actually experience, use your product, service, consume your content, view your videos, and then talk about it, because then it's real, right? And the way they talk about it also becomes real and engaging for other users who would like to experience a similar product experience or a service, or maybe the content of your site, maybe a trial run, maybe a freemium model, maybe a trial for 10 days kind of a model, whatever it is. The idea is make sure these influencers know what they're talking about. It's not just because they're paid per tweet or post or something like that. Now, from an influencer's point of view, why is it not a good idea to just talk about a particular brand, product, or a service like an influencer without experiencing the product? So, like I just shared, it becomes very obvious, and to the people who are viewing that content being shared live, that you have not experienced it, because the tone is very robotic in nature. It doesn't have that personal touch or feel. Or rather, as an influencer, when you actually test out the product, you have actually driven the car in that particular location and shared pictures of it live, and then talking about it. If you actually read a book and sharing your experience of as a reader, or maybe about the characters, that speaks volumes about you, of how seriously and responsibly you want to take that digital marketing social influencer title that you have, because that goes a long way in also connecting with your users in real time. So influencer marketing, when done right, at the right time, at the right channel, using the right influencers for the right industry, can have tremendously positive impact for actual social media ROI success. So as a brand, these are some two powerful strategies that you can think of, whether you can grow as a digital marketer, whether you can grow as a brand using digital campaigns. Make sure that you are integrating things like gamification and influencer marketing for the right reasons and with the right users. Yeah, remember, at the end of the day, it's your brand, so that makes a lot of impact and difference. So right now, I would like to quickly wrap up the whole process, and hope that you found this resourceful and useful. Please feel free to share your queries. I'm accessible at ananthv.com. That's ananthv.com. And you can connect with me across any of these social media profiles also. That's it. Have a great day and have an amazing week.